Greetings, Leo and Leo rising. This is your Western forecast for April 2024. This is one of the most important months of the year, can be a launching pad for many of you to really achieve your goals, starting to really accelerate your life path. That is because there are three major planetary events. There's a new moon solar eclipse in Aries on April the 8th. Aries is a fire sign, very compatible with fiery Leo. Mercury is in Aries retrograde the first 25 days of April. There are about three Mercury retrograde periods every year. So it is about rethinking your course of action, your goals and dreams with that new moon solar eclipse coming in. But the big one that is going to change a lot of people's lives and could be for the better is expansive, optimistic Jupiter is aligning with progressive, futuristic, innovative Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house of careers. This, it won't ever happen again in Taurus. And Jupiter aligns with Uranus every 13 to 14 years. So this is a powerful month of resetting. That's the positive of the Mercury retrograde. These powerful new opportunities are coming in, and you have to then reset the whole mindset and start preparing and getting settled in to the new goals. And then we'll get really into, and what is that eclipse energy in Aries? What is that bringing into the mix? But before I break all this down, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a direct link to sign up for my free daily message or to my website to inquire about booking an astrology reading or checking out my 2-question offer. All right, the new moon solar eclipse. All solar eclipses are new moons, but it's a new moon every 6 months on steroids, because a new moon is where our intention is being set in whatever area of the chart that new moon is in. And it takes from the new moon to the full moon 2 weeks later to really bring to light and reveal what that new moon is bringing into your life. And then it winds down for those next 2 weeks. And then, so from new moon to moon, which is 4 weeks, when it's just a regular new moon, that's it. But with a solar eclipse new moon, you could be feeling it for 6 months to a year, especially if the solar eclipse, it's at 19 degrees of Aries. And within a degree or two of 19 Aries or the Leo or Sag, which are compatible fire signs, or opposite Libra, if you have planets around 19 degrees, you could be really impacted for 6 months to a year. All right. This new moon solar eclipse is trying to bring in significant new beginnings in the 9th house. The 9th house deals with higher education, international travel, also teaching, publishing, marketing. The 9th house can also be deals with the justice system. That is because the 9th house is influenced by Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac. We start with Aries, we get to Sagittarius, it's the 9th house. Sagittarius is associated or ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of higher education and traveling and justice. So everything that Jupiter represents, so does the ninth house. Sagittarius is also, or Aries, sorry. So yeah, the ninth house of Sagittarius, but it's with Aries. So there's all this fire. It's in a fiery ninth house. The new moon's eclipse is in fiery Aries, all compatible with fiery Leo. Fire is inspirational. It's highly motivated and ambitious and driven. Mercury went into Aries in your ninth house. Mercury is what's on your mind. What are you curious about? What are you thinking about? What are you planning? All with that ninth house. Mercury is pretty comfortable with ninth house activities because the ninth house is more universities, more international travel. Mercury is more the grammar school years, the more domestic traveling. So Jupiter, or the ninth house, is the expansiveness of Mercury. And the Mercury is transiting the ninth house. So there's all this curiosity and learning and traveling. So Mercury brought in all that interest of ninth house activities at the end of March. But April the 1st to the 25th, it's retrograde. Then it's back to being direct in your ninth house from the 25th of April to May the 15th. The solar eclipse is always trying to bring in some significant new beginnings, some new opportunities in the area of the ninth house, education, traveling. It's also justice. It's the ninth house is also the house of religion and philosophy and our fundamental beliefs. So it has a lot to do also putting a spotlight on our spiritual or religious pursuits. So with Mercury, so that solar eclipse is putting a spotlight in one of these areas to kind of bring a whole new path and opportunity for you. Then the Mercury in retrograde is also supporting that this is a significant new opportunity, because being retrograde at the same time, then the Mercury in retrograde is you have to change your mind. You had these previous expectations and goals, and now you have to rethink it, you have to revise it. So the Mercury in retrograde, plus it's in Aries, which is very comfortable and favorable for Leo. So you could even be rethinking your travel plans, rethinking about going back to school or quitting school, or starting to get really inspired with new spiritual teachings. So that's the Mercury in retrograde. Now, the big factor is the Jupiter-Uranus in your 10th house of careers. Jupiter, as I've explained, is about abundance, prosperity, luck, opportunity. And Jupiter is associated with the ninth house, so Jupiter is about education, teaching, learning, publishing, marketing. Now, Jupiter can be all this really favorable energy. It's aligning with Uranus on the 20th of April at 21 degrees of Taurus. Jupiter aligns with Uranus every 13 to 14 years. Uranus is the liberating, innovative, progressive. So Jupiter to Uranus can mean unexpected breakthroughs, unexpected opportunities, unexpected travel or scholarships. You know, there's all this out of the blue accelerating opportunities. Now, it's at 21 degrees of Taurus. If you have any planet, let's just say 20, 21, 22 degrees of Taurus, or opposite Scorpio, or trining the other earth signs of Capricorn or Virgo, that Jupiter-Uranus, if it's hitting a planet around 20 21 degrees of Taurus, it could bring you these exciting good luck. For you, it's in the 10th house of career matters, your professional reputation, your public image. If you're in the right industry, politically, to entertainment, sports, that Jupiter-Uranus could put you on the map and you could be famous overnight, even though you've been working on it for 18 years. It could be this real windfall of recognition and success at the career, at the job. It might be an opportunity to either become the head executive, so there could be a major promotion, or an opportunity to launch your own business. Now, the Mars and Saturn are in Pisces, transiting the 8th. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but the 8th deals with finance, joint ventures, business contracts. So there's a lot of this with the Jupiter-Uranus in the 10th, a lot of financial negotiations. And then we bring in the 9th, and that could be with publishing, media, marketing. So before I break all that, go deeper into all of that, this is part of the forecast where I like to examine how these energies are impacting your body, your relationships, your business. Having the sun in fiery Aries the first 19 days, Venus is in Aries until the 29th. Mercury is in Aries until May the 15th. All that fiery Aries energy is very compatible to your sun or rising sign in fiery Leo. So there's a lot of dynamic, inspirational, robust energy to draw upon. When it comes to relationships, always just start with Venus. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and harmony and cooperation. Venus, being in Aries, in your 9th, very compatible socially with all that Leo. The 9th, when we're looking at it socially, if you're in a relationship, that Venus can bring a lot of enjoyment and pleasure and love on a long distance vacation. That's the 9th house, international traveling. But the 9th house is also school and teaching. Whether you're teaching, whether you're a student, with the Venus there, you're loving it, you're making new friends. But some of you may start a new relationship on a trip, or a new relationship attending classes. Now, the full moon is 2 weeks after the new moon. The full moon brings to light everything that was begun with the new moon. This new moon is solar eclipse. So on the 23rd of April, it's a full moon in Scorpio. And a full moon, a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse, if it's a solar eclipse, it can impact your life for 6 months to a year. If it's a lunar eclipse, which we had back in March, it could last, if it hits a planet in your chart, for a month or two. But just a regular full moon once a month can bring a lot of matters to a head and be a time of culmination, being very emotional, but you're only feeling it for a couple of days. But this full moon on the 23rd is in Scorpio, which is 4 signs past Leo. So it's putting a real spotlight or revealing a lot of emotional information. The 4th house, Scorpio is the 4th house for Leos. That's home and family. And so as I'm talking about relationships, and Venus, pleasurable Venus, is in the 9th house of travel, you could be traveling to be with your family and really enjoying yourself, or you could join the family or take the family on a real pleasurable vacation. When it comes to business, that ninth house, media, marketing, publishing, the teaching profession. But with the Jupiter-Uranus, some kind of big opportunity out of the blue is trying to jumpstart these ninth house qualities. Back to the Mars, Saturn, and Neptune. They're all in Pisces in your 8th house. Now, taskmaster, serious, focused Saturn, cautious Saturn, went into Pisces last March 2023. It's there for 2.5 years, once every 30 years. Neptune has been there for a number of years, and it changes signs next year. It's about every 14 years. So it's been in Pisces. Mars is in Pisces once every 2 years for the whole month of April into May. So for April, here is ambitious, assertive Mars aligning with Saturn and Neptune. The positive with the Saturn is it can help focus and control all that ambition and drive of the Mars. And the positive of the Neptune, if you're keeping really focus on the 8 ball, as they say, then the Neptune brings in the vision and the inspiration. So this really dynamic energy is in the 8th house. The 8th house is banking, finance, investors, joint ventures, could be financial settlements, could be inheritance. So there's a lot of business, a lot of busyness with financial responsibilities and negotiations. But with the Jupiter-Uranus in a 10th house of careers, I would think an example would be a big opportunity where and there's many examples, but then the Mars, Saturn, Neptune in the 8th would be then negotiating the contract of the big offer that was coming in. That could be in the domain of 9th house. The 9th house could be media. If they're publishing, from a book to a big new website, to a television show, to a movie, that's all the 9th house. So this big opportunity could come in, and then it is all that financial negotiations. And the 9th house also deals with justice. So you would have to be, if it's a big financial negotiating contract, there would be lawyers involved. And the lawyer part looks very positive. So, big, important month to jumpstart a whole new chapter. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.